Uncharted 4: A Thief's End is not only the biggest exclusive on the PlayStation 4 thus far, it's one of the biggest games this generation. Why is that? What is it about Uncharted that has engulfed the gaming audience in excitement? In this video, I take a look at 5 reasons why Uncharted 4 is the most anticipated PS4 game so far. Number 1, the multiplayer. This is one that might not get mentioned that much because most play Uncharted just for the single player campaign, and that's understandable, it's fantastic. However, unlike many games that just tack on multiplayer mid-series, Uncharted has had a very robust multiplayer component since Uncharted 2. When it was originally announced that Uncharted 2 would feature multiplayer, many were skeptical, but those fears were quickly put to rest with the Uncharted 2 beta. Now, while the multiplayer isn't the primary reason why most gamers are picking up the game, it's definitely a nice add-on and something many gamers are gonna get really into. And judging by the Uncharted 4 beta, this will be no different, especially with the smooth 60 FPS gameplay. Number 2, Naughty Dog's track record. At this point, if they ever make a Hall of Fame for video game developers, it is a guarantee that Naughty Dog would be first ballot entrants. While they possibly gained the most popularity for the Uncharted games, even outside of that, they are putting out stellar products. Crash Bandicoot, Jak and Daxter, 2013's Last of Us. However, at this point in time, Uncharted is probably their most famous game in series. With the first Uncharted game, it represented one of the PlayStation 3's first must-own exclusives. It was a fantastic game, although it obviously had issues with its pacing, gameplay nuances, etc. But for the most part, it was a very good game. Then they announced Uncharted 2. Most of us were expecting a game of the same quality, maybe a bit better, but Naughty Dog had other plans. Uncharted 2 Among Thieves was one of the best games on the PlayStation 3, absolutely blowing away the original game. Finally, you had Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception, which followed in the same grandeur that Uncharted 2 has had. Uncharted is a game franchise that has built upon the previous games and has progressively gotten better, which is very hard for a series to actually do. Number 3, graphics. Look, I know that many of you might be mad that I even mentioned something that to you is very inconsequential. Graphics don't affect the gameplay or the story. At the end of the day, it's just eye candy to some of you. However, if we are talking about why Uncharted 4 is so anticipated, you absolutely have to mention the game's visual excellence. To the casual gamer that sees a commercial of the game or a demo playing at their local store, the first thing they will notice is the game's graphics. And with Uncharted 4, they are obviously at a level higher than previous PlayStation 4 games. The facial expressions are near lifelike and convey emotion in a way few games have done. Little things like lighting and how realistic the water coming off Drake's clothes look. In Uncharted, everything is crafted with an extreme amount of detail, and with A Thief's End, they are only raising the bar. Number 4, the gameplay. Obviously, for a game to be great, the gameplay has to be on point. But what makes Uncharted so special? Well, it's obviously got great and very responsive controls and mechanics, but a lot of games have that. What Uncharted does is engulf you into something that's very reminiscent to a big budget action movie, all while you play a very competent third-person shooter with some very great puzzles. The Uncharted games have had some excellent moments intertwined with its gameplay, for example, being on the train in Uncharted 2 running for your life. Uncharted gets these moments right. They are paced out very well, and it does the jaw-dropping action sequences to near perfection. Number 5, the story and characters. While Uncharted 4 is the most anticipated PS4 game, it's gonna be bittersweet for some, as it is also the last game telling the story of the main character, Nathan Drake. Over the course of the last 3 games, I found myself to get attached to the excellent cast of Uncharted. Nathan, Sully, Elena, they all have their own strengths to them, but at the same time, they're all understandable and relatable characters. They all go through their own conflicts that are reminiscent to what some of us go through. The writing and dialogue for each character makes them seem human instead of generic macho man tough guy that a lot of games like to portray. And while the majority of the characters are great, I think for most of us, we've come especially attached to Nathan Drake. This is a guy that has went through some stuff and has come out the other side looking better, and we've witnessed that entire journey. Some are going to be very sad to see Drake's story end, but there's no doubt that all of us are just chomping at the bit to see how the story of one of the most beloved characters in gaming history ends. So that wraps up 5 reasons why Uncharted 4 is the most anticipated PlayStation 4 game. What do you think? Do you think the hype for Uncharted 4 is unwarranted, or are you like most and as eager as ever to get your hands on the game April 26th? Let us know in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.